Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, December 27th, 2018. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The 2018 Nine Mornings Festival has been deemed a success, but it came with its challenges and disappointments. So says Chairman of the National Nine Mornings Committee, Michael Peters, who told SVG-TV News that while the activities surpassed their expectations this year, the light displays by most businesses in Kingston was disappointing.
In Kingston was very disappointing. I didn't see a lot of the commercial houses or government buildings lit up. I'm very thankful for those, the few who did. It did add some degree of atmosphere to the town. But generally, the lack of lighting in Kingston was a major disappointment to the festival. And the efforts we have been making over the years to create Kingston and St. Vincent and the Grenadines as the place to be for Christmas. We have been trying everything to get the business community on board. In the first 3 years, the business community was very much on board, but within recent times, they have not been on board as you would like them to. We have tried all kinds of initiatives. We have had competitions, Best Show Window. We've had another competition, Best Lit Building, in which we all offered up to $1,000 first prize. We have done personal appeals through the Chamber of Commerce. We have done one-on-one, but we still haven't had the full cooperation of the business communities yet. But we haven't given up.
Peters said that Sunday shopping and the Nine Mornings activities on the Sunday just before Christmas at Heritage Square, as well as the 9 nights event at the Botanical Gardens, were well received with large turnouts. He said that the train at Heritage Square was also a positive addition to the many activities for the festival.
The spill-off has been a tremendous growth in other activities, like, there were a number of concerts during the festival. The Adventists had their charity concert, there was Night of Choirs, there was a big children's party, Christmas style, in the Victoria Park. And we also introduced this year what we call the Nine Mornings Train. And that proved to be very popular among visitors and returning nationals. It was a jam session trying to get on board the train every morning, but that proved a welcome addition to the festival.
This year, 51 communities participated in the Nine Mornings and lighting up activities. And while the winners for the main competitions have already been announced, Peters said the winners for the other competitions will be announced on January 5th at an awards ceremony.
We have a number of other competitions which will be announced at the prize-giving ceremony. They're not officially released as yet to the general public, such as Best Christmas Community, Best Nine Mornings Community, Most Popular Local Christmas Song, Best Community on Parade, which was done on the 2nd of December when we launched the festival, and Best Community Christmas Song. All of those will be announced at the prize-giving ceremony, but the big one is the Community Lighting Competition.
Point Village for the 6th consecutive year won the Best Lit Community. The Best Lit Private Property went to Olivia de Silva, and the Best Lit Garden was Cessford West, Annisville. And over the weekend, a number of yachts and private jets were seen in large numbers in the Grenadines. This has been attributed to the operation of the Argyle International Airport, which now makes it more accessible for air service in and out of SVG. Chief Executive Officer of the SVG Tourism Authority, Glenn Beach, said SVG has done well to divert a small fraction of air service from neighboring island, St. Lucia.
Get private planes, instead of having to leave them in St. Lucia, leave them in Barbados, or leave them in Grenada, they have a full-fledged international airport where they can leave them here now, right? So that's one. And Canawan, as usual, is always full with private jets, so AIA is also another option. St. Lucia used to benefit greatly from us during that time because they had the international airport there, and then they just took SVG Air or Mustique Airways and now One Caribbean over to the Grenadines. So there you have it from the plane side. From the yacht side, you have Glossy Bay, which is, in my opinion, there is not another marina like it in the Caribbean. And so that has benefited the yachts here greatly. Also, in terms of those sort of yachts, you have a docking that is acceptable, or more than acceptable to them, that can take all of these yachts. And the combination of both, for example, of Canawan, where guys can leave their private jet there and cross the street and get onto the yachts makes a huge difference.
Beat said Vincentians returning home also continue to benefit from direct flight service to the AIA.
Nation in the air, and I mean, what better place to spend Christmas than in the Caribbean, and specifically St. Vincent and the Grenadines? There's always room to do better, but I think the hype about St. Vincent and the Grenadines as a destination is definitely there. Saw the inaugural landing of American Airlines, and in speaking to them, they're very excited about the destination. They're very happy about the bookings they're seeing. I came down the American Airlines flight on the 22nd, and I was happy to see, I would say about 65% of the people on that flight were visitors. And as one lady pointed out to me, it's such a big difference for her because she hadn't been back to St. Vincent in 3 years. And now with the direct flight, she's able to catch the ferry into Bequia the same day instead of having to overnight in St. Vincent.
Port Kingston had several cruise ships over the Christmas weekend, as well as the Grenadines. And Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, in his Christmas Day message to the nation, encouraged all Vincentians to foster a spirit of love and peace among one another. The Prime Minister said that Christmas holds significant relevance to Christians as it signified the birth of Jesus Christ. He said the teachings of Christ recognized by both Christians and non-believers to be important for the creation of a peaceful society which bears true for St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Even those who are not Christian believers admit that Christian verities provide a sound basis for the ordering of a peaceful, just, and humane society. So, at both the spiritual and temporal levels, the Christ in Christmas has bountiful offerings from which each of us can draw to lift our lives to the highest heights. It is right and proper that traditionally at Christmas, we think of the condition of our individual lives and those of our families, friends, and neighbors. It is a season which brings out the best in us to give generously and selflessly our love and caring on both material and non-material terms. Each of us has love and peace to give. We must find these gifts in ourselves and give them, even to those who have been unkind to us in the past. If we do not, we will inevitably be filled with meanness, fear, hate, malice, and war.
PM Gonsalves said his government has done much to boost the country's economy, which in some way has lifted the spirit of many Vincentians.
At the same time, the selfishness and greed, the wickedness and antisocial behavior of a tiny minority of our nationals, especially some young males. They cause pain, injury, suffering, and even loss of life to others. We thank the police and other law enforcement authorities who are seeking always to keep us safe from a handful of violent criminals. There is much more for parents, teachers, church leaders, and the communities to do to help those who have a propensity to stray from law, peace, and order. We must resolve at Christmas 2018 and in 2019 to do better and to live better.
The Prime Minister said over the years, SVG has received many blessings which give hope for a brighter future.
Personally, very hopeful for our people and our nation. There will always be difficulties and challenges, but we must never descend into hopelessness and be of little faith and love. Our country has abundant blessings for which we must be thankful. We must not become enveloped by lamentations. Morning by morning, new mercies we see. All that we need, His hand provides. Great is His faithfulness. For our part, we must do justly, love mercy and goodness, and walk humbly with our God. At Christmas 2018, I ask that each of us help at least one poor, sick, or disadvantaged person. In that and other ways, let us keep Christ in our Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas.
As persons here were engaged in Christmas Day festivities, midwives and doctors at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital were hard at work helping to deliver the best gifts of all. The birth of any child is special, but there's something extra magical about those born on December 25th. Christmas Day saw the arrival of 4 babies at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. Larissa Pugsley Kid tells us more in this report.
First Christmas Day baby to be delivered this year at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital was a baby girl born at 3:15 a.m. after 8 hours of labor. And lucky for Renata Alexander, she did not have to undergo cesarean section.
No, I was expecting her on Friday. This Friday, but she come on Christmas Day. She was the first baby that born on Christmas Day. Yeah, normal delivery, but it took a long time. I came in 8:30 and I delivered 3:15 the next morning, Christmas morning. I was getting discharged today, but they said she have a little slight of danger, so she have to hook on the IV. So they put this thing on she hand to hook up the IV.
Celine Laborde gave birth to the second Christmas Day baby at 7:46 a.m. Her baby weighed in at 9 pounds and 3 ounces, which forced doctors to do a cesarean. It was her second child after a 10-year gap.
But it wasn't a very pleasant experience at all because of the pain and so that comes along with delivery. But knowing that he was born on such a special date, it gives you a little bit more comfort in your mind.
Okay, was he born a normal delivery?
No, C-section, but I labored normally first until I reached up to 5 centimeters, but he was too big, so he had to do C-section.
Teresa Williams said she could not ask for a better Christmas gift. Her 6th child, a baby girl she always wanted, and at 42 years, her baby was delivered at 9:03 a.m. via C-section.
It was brief, so they had to carry me up like after 7 in the morning theater to take it out. The deadline was the 5th of January, the 2nd of January. But how it brief it come before it time.
Are you happy?
Yeah, because I got a girl that I was wanted, so all the rest was boys.
The other Christmas baby was born to Zanelle Williams, who delivered through cesarean at 10:30 a.m.
I was supposed to have a baby on the 22nd of December, but the baby went overdue. I had a C-section, so I don't really know much about the delivery. But now it's kind of painful to get up and walk.
While some of the mothers are still in a bit of pain, their babies are healthy and being taken good care of by the staff at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital.
But 12 baby is really okay. But 16, the GMR, the glucose, the baby sugar was a little on the low side. So then, if you notice that the monitor the baby have up a drip, so they're monitoring the GMR 3 times a day and encouraging the mommy to breastfeed. But 15 as well, that monitor that baby GMR. Most of the time, we encourage the baby to mommy to breastfeed the baby. The mommy, sometimes the mommy not breastfeeding properly, or sometimes for big babies, the the blood sugar usually drop them by a lot of fat, so the baby has to suck a lot.
Reporting for SVG-TV News, I am Larissa Pugsley Kid.
The SVG Community College is positioning itself to be a good example in promoting the use of clean energy here in SVG. So says Dean of the Division of Technical Vocational Education at the college, Osborne Bowens, as the institution was being fitted with a solar PV system. Bowens says it is his hope that the experience at the college will help to promote the use of green energy in homes and businesses across SVG.
We are quite happy that we're able to work with different stakeholders to make sure that things like these happen in St. Vincent and Grenadines. What we're doing here is partly our contribution to the environment, reducing our dependence on fossil fuels, reducing the cost of importing fuel for energy, and the technical division or students, St. Vincent and Grenadines, would be better. As I said, we are exposing St. Vincent and Grenadines that whenever you drive by the technical division, whenever you pass by the technical division, you can even just come in and see what is going on here. Look at our inverters, see how much we are generating, how we are generating this energy. And of course, you can take away something from this. And in your small way, wherever you are in St. Vincent and Grenadines, wherever you are, this small bit that you can do, even with 1 or 2 panels, can add significantly to reducing our dependence on fossil fuels and ensure that our environment is saved for the future.
David Bristol, head of EPC contractor, the organization charged with the installation of the solar system at the college, said the PV system is designed to be attractive and to show off its capabilities in real time.
I think one of the other interesting things we did with the design was to put the components outside so anyone passing will know this is a technical college. The students can look up and see how the stuff is assembled. And of course we have some installed in the electrical workshop as well, which is an ideal home where those who are working in there and studying in there can actually see a system running as they glance back during the course of the day. Each of the inverters has a display showing how much power it produces, and not just for the day but in total, you know, so as time goes on. So that's it in essence.
In other news, the police are investigating the circumstances surrounding a report of attempted murder on a 29-year-old laborer of Brighton. The police say that an unknown man with the intent to commit the offense of murder allegedly shot the virtual complainant on the right side of his forehead with a gun at Diamond about 1 a.m. last Sunday. The virtual complainant is currently a patient in the intensive care unit at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. The police are urging anyone who may have information that would lead to the arrest and prosecution of the perpetrators to call the Assistant Commissioner in charge of crimes at telephone number 1784-61339 or the Calico Police Station at 1784-458-4200 or the officer in charge of the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, at telephone number 1784-4561810 or any police station. Meanwhile, the police have arrested and charged Kevin Richards, a 25-year-old laborer of Villa, with the offense of wounding. According to the police, the accused allegedly unlawfully and maliciously wounded a 41-year-old laborer of the same address by stabbing him about his body with a knife at Villa at 10:15 a.m. on Friday. Richards appeared before the Kingston Magistrate Court and pleaded not guilty to the charge. He was granted bail in the sum of $2,000 EC with one surety. He was ordered to reappear before the Calico Magistrate Court on February 18, 2019 for trial. And the RSVG police force will tomorrow evening recognize outstanding officers and retirees for 2018 during its annual police awards and retirement ceremony. The ceremony will be held at the Russell's Auditorium from 7 p.m. on Friday. The event will be held under the theme Above and Beyond, rewarding dedication to duty and country. Remarks will be made by Commissioner of Police Colin John, and the keynote address will be delivered by Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. A release from the Police Public Relations Department said the highlight of the evening will be the announcement of the Policeman and Policewoman of the Year. Members of the business community will also receive awards.